Keep it simple. Gotta keep it simple. Keep it simple. Gotta keep it simple. Keep it simple. Gotta keep it simple. Keep it simple. You gotta keep it simple. Keep it simple. 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 Gotta keep it simple. Welcome to Keep It Simple with Dab. I'm sitting here with award-winning songwriter, producer, vocal producer, Jim Beanz. What's up, Jim?
What it is? How you doing, Dad?
I'm good, man. I'm so happy to have you here.
Glad to be here.
I mean, I'm sitting in front of greatness right now. You do know that you are greatness, right?
Oh, man, I appreciate
legendary.
that. Appreciate that.
And I'm going to tell y'all why I say legendary. Because people throw that word around so loosely, right? I know you hear that often when you be like, you probably don't say nothing because you super modest.
Try to be. It's you know what? It all comes from God, so I take it as I hear it.
Exactly. I feel that. But the reason why I say legendary, y'all know me, man. Y'all know how much I love the Big B. Britney Spears. What? Who you know write and produce for Britney Spears? What? We gonna get into that.
So dope. Good to hear.
We got to get into that.
For sure.
But I mean, from Britney Spears, Nelly Furtado, Jennifer Hudson, woo, Timbaland, Keri Hilson, and Shanti. The list goes on so long, we'd be sitting here all night if I sat here and said to everybody that you work for. How does that make you feel when you hear this?
Blessed, grateful, old sometimes.
Oh, come on, man.
No,
Look,
grateful though. Grateful. Definitely grateful.
Yes. I love that. As long as you don't look old, everything is fine. Everybody be cool. Everybody be calm.
Yeah.
We don't look old. Thank you. And that comes from that black don't crack. Thank you, Jesus.
For sure.
Yes. Hey, but let me tell you something. You know you dope when I play a song. Earlier, I played a song for him. He was like, I haven't heard this song in years. It's one of my favorite songs.
That's crazy.
But that's how you know you dope. When you appreciate the things that you've done, but it slip your mind a little bit.
Absolutely.
How does that make you feel when someone plays something in honor of you? Because I played it in honor of you.
Wow. Now it feels really good. I'm blessed. I'm grateful. The music game is a hard game to get in. So many younger producers and writers come to me and they ask me questions sometimes, and it's crazy because I'm more of an introvert. So even being in this podcast, I'm grateful for you having me today because it's something that's a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I'm trying to get used to telling more of my stories and letting people know a little bit more of my backstory because I've been quiet for so long.
Yeah. And being an introvert in this type of industry, how does that work? Because, we hear so many things about the industry. We hear so many great things about the industry. We hear a lot of bad things about the industry. Mm-hmm. How does that work with you being such an introvert, but still being assertive in this industry and being heard? Not just heard through the music from your songwriting and vocal producing, but actually being heard when it comes to the business side and, different things like that.
So for me, I think when I first got into the industry, I had a team of people who helped to make sure that the business side was taken care of, so it allowed me to be a little bit more creative. Growing into the industry as I did, I started to understand that even though you want to remain creative, you also have to pay attention to a lot of the things that are happening in the management side of things because you have to be careful who you trust in the industry. In the beginning, it was great. I was able to, I think, have more one-on-one contact with the artists, which is what I would enjoy. I loved for the artists to feel safe, comfortable around me, and I'm less for the extra of like having an entourage of people around, so that you're able to allow the artist to kind of like make a mistake. They can feel like they can hit an off note and there's no judgment. But as far as why I feel like it ended up kind of hindering me is because when the songs come out and people do interviews, sometimes they can misconstrue what it is that you added to the project. And sometimes, just to be blunt, they either say that they did it or even pass off the work to someone else. You know what I mean? The bigger name on the totem pole.
Right.
And you could have done the majority of the work, but because you're not that vocal about what it is you provided, people go for the person who's talking the most.
That's deep. We hear that often, especially with someone like you who is such an introvert. You're not searching for the spotlight. You actually hiding from the spotlight to a certain extent.
I enjoy my craft. I enjoy the creative side. I enjoy using people as like a muse. You know what I'm saying? Like getting out my lyrics and stuff and putting them on people. So like wardrobe, you know what I mean? You enjoy seeing people wear the songs that you create, the ideas you have. But the sad part about it is that by the time you put that wardrobe on them, it's up to them whether or not they want to tell the media that you're the person who dressed them. They could get out there and say, I made the outfit on my own.
Right.
Or they could even diminish it and say, oh, he just made the T-shirt. I did everything else that's all me.
Right. How long have you been in this industry as a songwriter? I mean, I know. I just want you to let the people know.
So I got into the music industry around the age of 17. I was in an R&B group, and we were signed to Jazz from Drew Hill. Jazz was actually the first, I would say, my mentor that taught me about, got me my first MPC. Told me about vocal production, taught me about stacking vocals, harmonies. Well, I learned harmonies from, church and stuff, but he was the one that kind of gave me all of the cool shit. You know what I mean? That was around the Drew Hill era.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and to me,
we work 5 steps.
Exactly. So he was my first mentor that got me in the game, and that was when I started learning about touring. He also taught me about politics. How important it is, how people respect you when you walk in those rooms, and you know what I mean, and kind of keeping your name clean when it comes to the work that you do.
Man, shout out to Jazz.
For sure.
Shout out to Jazz because working in this industry, you don't get to run into, everybody don't get the pleasure to run into people like that. I mean, I don't really know what your full story is. I just hear from how he started you off. But shout out to Jazz for that because it can get so ugly, but it also can be so sweet.
Absolutely. I think one of the reasons why I was grateful for that time period in my career is because I was able to see one of the most popular R&B groups at the height of their career. I was able to see the touring. I was able to see the wardrobe, the lights, and also the bad side and the downside when it came down to the arguments that would occur in the media. And even like when the group was trying to figure out whether or not they wanted to remain a group or not.
Right.
So to actually actively, have a mentor and a friend who you were able to see, when they had moments that they didn't know if the group was going to stay together and all of that. Like all of those moments where I would say different like past experiences that allowed me to learn how to work with different artists and because artists are sensitive creatures. When you get into the studio with them, they don't want you to know that they make mistakes or they hit off notes or they may rely on auto tune more or So it was just like a crash course in learning more of how to work with professionals in the arena.
Yes. Do you have that? I mean, you are a Virgo. Do you have that? You don't want people to know your weaknesses?
For sure. Well, Virgo, that's where the perfectionist side comes from, and I analyze a lot. Like I'm always thinking. I'm always like trying to be better than I was yesterday.
Oh yeah.
As well.
Why not though?
For sure.
Why not? And that's one thing. And I'm not super crazy about like the signs and things like that, but I do know that about Virgos. Shout out to Virgos.
Oh, Michael Jackson, Beyonce.
Gosh, come on now, man. You don't have to go any further.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. And Jim Beanz.
That part.
Now we don't have to go any further.
That part.
Yeah, man. Like I love that Virgos are so much of perfectionists. It's crazy how another sign can learn from other signs. I think we don't talk about that enough because me being a Taurus, I learn from Virgos. I spend a lot of time around Virgos for some reason. Y'all won't leave me alone.
Tauruses are loyal though. They're loyal, and if they like you, they rock with you. If they don't, you'll know it eventually.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, let us get a little bit more into this interview, and you'll see if I like you or not.
That part.
I'm just playing. Nah, it's such a pleasure to have you here. I didn't even mention this. You played a significant role in the music operation for the Fox TV show, hit TV show, Empire. Man, I almost had a Matrix moment where I started falling back because I remember when Empire came out. Empire was such a hit, and it was such a great hit for Black people because, I mean, for all people, but as a Black, I call us blacks. As a black,
For sure.
I was so happy that we were able to get that type of show on primetime TV. We had our cookie line, and you were able to be the soundtrack for this. That's why I say legendary, man.
I appreciate
Legendary.
that. Shout out to Timbaland and Lee Daniels.
Yes.
Tim, at the time I was working with Timbaland out in Miami. We were developing 2 albums one for V. Bozeman and one for Tink. And one for Tink at the time. It was sort of like one of those things where I was at the right place, right time. And crazy enough, Timbaland called me one day. He said, "Hey Jim, I got this guy who's gonna be calling you about a movie." He called it a movie at the time. And he said,
Look at Tim, didn't even know. And who just getting calls from Timbaland? Like, that's a flex. And he just here talking so regularly. Yeah, I got a call from Timbaland. And he told me he was wondering about a movie. Okay, keep going.
But yeah, he told me the guy would be calling me about a movie. He said, "You're my point person, and just give him what he needs."
Wow.
And so I got a call, and I pick up the phone, and the guy goes, "Hello, Jim. I hear you're who I'm going to be working with. You're going to be my point person." I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Okay. I need a song about what is love? I just feel like it's like, what is love? Like, what is love?" At the time, I feel like he was on "What is love, baby?" I think that's the vibe he was going for. So I said, okay, what is love? He said, "All right, I need one for 2 brothers. You know what I mean? You can figure out what title you want that to be." And there was one third song, I forget that was. But so I said, okay, and I got back to the studio. And that was around the time when I got with V. Bozeman, Incredible V. And I said, "Hey, so they want."
Wait, could you repeat that?
Oh, okay.
Incredible V is what you called her.
Oh, absolutely.
What?
Incredible V. Bozeman. Yes. And what was a blessing? Let me tell you something. I was such a fan of hers already off the stuff that she had done with Timothy Bloom.
When it was naked. I'm going to look that up right now. Right after this. Don't even talk to me after we've done, because I'm going to look that up. I didn't even know that.
Absolutely, yeah. So I wrote "What Is Love" for V. Bozeman, and we recorded it. And what happened was we sent it in, and he said, "Not approved." I said, "What?
Excuse me?
Not approved." And I was like, "Wait, well, I don't understand." And he goes, "This is Lee Daniels," and he goes,
"Lee,
not approved." And I'm like, "Well, I don't understand, sir. What is not approved?" He said, "Jim, I need a moment." I said, "Okay. Did you hear what I said, Jim?" I'm like, "Yes, sir. You need a moment." No, you didn't understand what I'm saying. "I need a moment, Jim. Give me a moment." And so I said, "Take all the time you need." He said, "You're not listening to what I'm saying. I need a moment, Jim. Give me a moment."
Yes.
And I said, "Okay, take a second." He's, "I'm hanging up. I need a moment." He hangs up, and I'm like, "Oh my God, what is this man? He crazy." I was like, "He wildin'." And so I go to V, and she said, "What did he say, Jim?" I said, "He said it ain't approved. You need a moment."
Yes. I want you on the mic a little bit more.
On the mic a little bit more, just to make sure we don't forget anything. Okay.
If we didn't have
Got
this.
you.
Okay.
So V says, what did he say? I said, "He says he needs a moment." He said, "Well," I said, "I don't know." So I started thinking, I'm like, okay, what if a moment means he needs us to execute a moment? And I said, and what if the moment is, what is love? I'll give you a long note that holds out that makes the audience go, and she said, okay, I'll try it. So, and she's a perfectionist. So we did it a few times, whatever, a few takes. And V. Bozeman's voice is so incredible. But finally we got it done. We shot it off and he said approved. And I said, oh, God is good. We got it done. I said, okay, you ready for the second song? I said, yes, sir. That's going to be the song about the brothers. I said, okay, is this an a cappella show? And he said, no, why do you say that? I said, well, brother, because I was actually in Miami to be a vocal producer and writer. I don't have any equipment here. I said, so unless you want, the whole show to be a cappella, which I can do, I'll just beatbox it down or whatever. I was like, but otherwise you'll have to get me equipment. And he was like, okay, give me a gear list. I'll send it. So he sent me the gear list, and the rest is history.
You had that budget.
That was where the budget came from.
Ain't nothing like that budget, ain't it? Ooh, that budget make you walk different, don't it?
That part. So that's where all of the songs came from, and from there, that's when I started producing and writing and demoing the songs for the show.
That is, do you know how monumental that is?
Wow.
Do you, or you just so used to living it?
Oh no, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for every moment. But the times go by so fast.
Go
And the
by
crazy part
fast.
about it, within the moments of everything happening, so many people told me, live in the moment. Are you enjoying the moment? Are you living in the moment? And it was so much stress. I wasn't. I
Yeah.
didn't. And
Yes.
then by the time everything passed, I missed the moment. It's believe it or not. So yeah, I'm grateful.
Yeah.
And I still able to see the songs. And so many people tell me, oh, I love this song. I love it. But as far as living and enjoying the popularity and all of that, there were so many politics and so many things happening behind the scenes that the world will never know about. And I've never spoken about any of them.
Wow.
Imagine working on a TV show and being nervous about how much you can say you've done out of fear of the politics behind it all. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the reason why I was excited to do your podcast today, because there were so many pieces of my career and in my life that I haven't had a chance to really express. But it's important.
Yes, it's
Especially
super important.
for writers and producers in the game. They don't know, like, of course you hear it, you think just get a hit, get a song on, whoever. But there's so many more pieces to it that happen, the arguments, the things behind the scenes, the disputes, the credit disputes, and people trying to take,
Yeah.
take your credit, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
And
trust me.
that comes with it.
I know. I do understand, like I've never said this in public. I mean, it's nothing bad, but I moved to Atlanta when I was 2 years old to be a songwriter.
Oh, amazing.
And I wrote music for Usher. But because of the politics, my music didn't get put with him. It was, I won't speak about that.
That's all good, that's all good, that's all good.
But I'm still grateful to have the experience. You know what I'm saying? So I totally understand. I can only imagine being at the level that you're at, to some of the things that you may have went through. Side note, this nigga just said that he was excited to be on my podcast.
Yes.
To keep it, I might want you to say that one more time, just so I make sure you were talking in the mic and we have it. But Jim Beanz just said that he was excited to be on my podcast. Keep it simple with Deb.
I love the fact of being at the Keep It Simple with Dab podcast. I'm gonna tell you why, because I'm big on energy, and I'm very selective with how much I expose of different scenarios and stuff, because you still gotta be careful. As much as I would love to just crash out, you got to be careful with how you mention things, because there's your name on the line, and there's a lot that can happen. But I think one of the things I like about, just because I followed your page, I was telling you that you have a way of being relatable to people, and I think that's very important when it comes to music, when it comes to art. You know what I mean? You want people to feel like you're down to earth.
Thank you.
Know what I'm saying?
Yes. I want to get into some of my favorites, and it's like I'm trying to hold off, but I have to jump right into this, man. I gotta get into Give Me More, Circus, Womanizer. For y'all who don't know what those names are, those are the name of some of the Britney Spears songs that he's helped create. What? Ooh. Wow. I talk about Britney Spears quite often. I love Britney. I like when Britney dancing with knives, and I like all the shenanigans. Britney is a legend. Britney can dance with a horse.
Absolutely.
For me, I don't give a goddamn what Britney do. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna love on it, and I'm gonna be happy about it. So this is a safe space for Britney Spears.
Absolutely.
Here. And you wrote "Give Me More." No, not "Give Me More." Give Me More.
I co-wrote.
You co-wrote.
Give Me More with the incredible, beautiful Keri Hilson.
Yes.
I created the tagline. It's Britney Bitch for Britney. I also did the backgrounds at the end of the record, because on the day of, Britney wasn't able to come to the studio. And I had flown from Philadelphia to Los Angeles at 4 o'clock in the morning. Got all the way there, and they said, sorry, Britney will not be coming to the studio today, and this is your last day to finish up Give Me More. Oh. And shout out to the unstoppable Danger Hands and Incredible Lago. Danger. They were there, and Danger said, hey, Jim, what we gonna do? She's not coming. And I was like, I guess just put me in a booth, and I'll just try to figure out something on the spot. And that's where the that's where all of that stuff came from.
Oh, I go all day. Don't get me started. Those are such intricate pieces to that one song, and you've done multiples. Well, who can sit around and say, "Yeah, I've done multiple songs with Britney Spears"? But that one particular song, that was like a breakout track for Britney, coming back out with the Blackout album. I know when we think Britney Spears, we think, "Hit me, baby, one more," all of that with the schoolgirl outfit and all of that. But when she said, and we know, especially millennials who lived through that time, I just want to go back to that time. So y'all come with me. Come with us. Come take your mind back to when you remember Britney Spears being "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time," to Britney going through all of this with the with publicity and everything. Britney Spears was probably the hugest deal. I'm gonna say next to Michael Jackson.
Absolutely.
Britney couldn't even spit on the sidewalk without them taking pictures of it and making a big, huge deal about it. And so when Britney came out with that track, "Give Me More," and that motherfucker started off and said, "It's Britney, bitch." I was like, Britney Spears just said what? But Britney said it. But Britney didn't come up with it.
Right.
Not saying that Britney's not a creative. I'm just saying that as a songwriter, as a producer, someone who creates, just as well as I know, just as well as y'all should know, and don't make a big deal out of everything. There are people that come up with these sayings and these very important pieces to songs and movies and anything creative. And you came up with that. Or tell me, how did that happen?
So first off, shout out to the unstoppable Danger Hands. Danger Hands killed the track. He had the track prepared. It was a 4 on the floor track. We first started in Vegas. They flew us out to Vegas. All of us had our own suites, and we recorded at the Palms Hotel.
Budget.
Oh yeah,
budget was crazy.
Budget period. Budget. And we went in, and I recall day one, she came in the studio for about 2 hours.
Britney Spears
came in the studio for 2 hours,
name.
for sure. And she, after 2 hours, she said, "Hey, do you mind if I go to the bathroom?" And she was pregnant with her second child at the time. So I said, "Oh, for sure, you can go anywhere. You Britney girl."
Right.
So she left. And then her assistant came in and she said, "Britney will not be recording anymore, you guys." I'm like, damn, we only been here for 2 hours. Okay. Next day, come in. She comes back in. "Hi, everybody, blah, blah." By then, I had been kind of like going through different ideas in my head, different words and titles and stuff. And that was around the day I said, "Hey, we should do a song called Break the Ice," because she asked for ice randomly because she was pregnant.
Before you even completed "Give Me More."
Oh yeah, we hadn't done the song yet.
And you thought of "Break the Ice" already?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Just because she asked for ice randomly.
Wow. I'm in heaven right now.
So we recorded, I want to say 3 hours, maybe a little longer, maybe. And then she said, "Hey, you mind if I go to the bathroom?" I said, "Yeah, you can do what you want to do. You Britney girl." So she left. We're waiting. And I was the main vocal producer, so I was, co-writing stuff with, Keri Hilson and Marcel, Incredible Lago. Marcella was engineering, and Danger was doing the tracks, and we keeping our team going. And then the assistant came and she asked, "Britney will not be recording anymore, you guys." And we're like, damn, this is day 2. So around that time, I'm like, okay, now I know that because we're getting limited amounts of time with her, we should definitely try to get like as many ad-libs, even if it's just talking. So tomorrow when she comes in here, I'm gonna just have her say a whole bunch of different words just in case.
Put her on the mic.
So by the time day 3 came and this similar thing happened, she was there for a few hours and she left. I'm like, wow, this is really getting crazy. Like if I don't work fast, we're not gonna have a full song with her. So I'm like, I ain't got to stay in the studio for long. It's Britney, bitch.
And period.
So it started off as a joke. You know what I mean? And so I remember we went out to dinner, and we were sitting at the table, and we having a good time. Like
you and
me, Keri Hilson, Danger, Marcella, and Teresa, her A&R.
Okay.
And they're like, "Hey Jim, can you pass the salt?" I'm like, "I ain't got to pass the salt. It's Britney, bitch." You know what I'm saying? I'm just making up the joke.
Yes.
And so
it's Britney, bitch.
By the time we fast forward, we're in the studio with Britney, and We were working hard, and we finally got a little bit more time with her.
Yeah.
And she hit a slightly off note at the time, but she's iconic. It was still iconic.
It's Britney,
It's
bitch.
Britney, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, when the person's inside the booth, you can't really hear what the person on the other side is saying.
Right.
And so I said, I ain't got to hit the right note. It's Britney, bitch. And we kind of like chuckle under our breath.
Right.
And I said, oh shit, I should tell her to say that. And Danger said, no, don't do that, because we didn't want to offend her. And I said, no. I said, Marcella, can you push the record button? And she pushed the record button, and I go, hey, Brittany, can you say, it's Brittany, bitch? And she said, it's Brittany. And that one take Jake just got it done just like that, boom. And that was where the iconic catchphrase came from. And it just morphed into what it was. And I wish I would have trademarked it at the time, because I'd have been like,
Is it too late?
It's too late. It already is. Now it's dad, bitch, it's everybody, bitch, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the time when it happened, I was just grateful to be a part of history.
Yeah.
And, and fast forward, now I have the capability to, be the person who originated the catchphrase.
Keri had a story about how this particular situation went. Let's watch the clip.
I was in the studio with Danger and Jim Beanz, and we co-wrote. We were joking. I think he might have even said it. He was like, we were just kind of producing her vocals, and we were joking around. And I think he said at the beginning, we were listening down, and he goes, it's Britney, bitch. And we were
Iconic.
like, yes. A total joke.
Yes.
And then the combo, I was like, you think we could get her to say that?
Yes.
I remember sitting at the console, and we were like, let's try.
Yeah.
Let's try it. And she loved it. And I think that attitude, like the way she executed it was like.
I don't remember her having to tell me to tell her to say it. I don't remember that part. But it's all good though. It's a long time ago. Yeah, I definitely came up with the part. I'm grateful that she remembered that. But yeah, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Yeah, I definitely created the catchphrase, God is good.
God is good. God is good.
God is all the time.
But I do want to say this though. I know that because like I mentioned, you're super modest. When you hear that story of Keri saying it the way that it was said, take me there. Take me to that moment. I know that you just explained it, but when you hear Keri Hilson saying that it happened that way, was Keri in the room?
Oh, Keri was in the room. Yeah, it happened so fast. We didn't have time for somebody to tell me to execute my idea, especially with Danger telling me, "No, don't tell her to say that." I kind of had to work quick. A lot of times in the booth, especially when you went with icon superstars, you don't have that time to kind of go back and forth with ideas. It was something I just quickly spit out. It was an homage to Dave Chappelle. You know what I mean? It's Britney, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And
it was Rick James, bitch.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where I felt like, just hurry up and get it out. It's one of those ad libs we'll possibly have,
Were you in a particular area in the studio to where you wouldn't have heard her say the things that she said? Because she's basically saying that she had come up with the phrase.
She didn't say she came up with the phrase. She just said that I came up with the phrase, and she said, oh, yeah, tell her to say that, Jim. And
you don't recall that?
No. I recall saying it, Danger saying don't say it, me telling Marcella to push the button, and she pushes it, and then Britney repeats it. But it is what it is. God is good. At the end of the day, that's small stuff. I'm a fan of Keri Hilson. I love her. We've done incredible art together. And it's one of those things where you don't want stuff to go messy or whatever and stuff like that in social media or whatever. Incredible vocalist, incredible writer with so many credits under her belt. For me, within life, I feel like it's important to especially nowadays, to express what it is that you've created and your contribution to the world, to art. You got to stay on top of that, because in 1 second your legacy can be gone, and somebody can be saying that they created your catchphrase, and you don't want that to happen. So yeah, for me it was just one of the things. It was just like, you know what, I'm grateful that she said that I created the catchphrase, which I did, but I don't recall having nobody to tell me to tell Britney to say it.
It just came out. And I'm going to tell you why this is so important. And I'm talking to all y'all. What camera I'm looking at? I'm talking to all y'all. And like that man just said, this is your legacy. And I'm talking as a Britney Spears fan. I love Britney Spears. Give me more. and I want more. God damn it. And I'm telling you, that was the most iconic line from Britney Spears as a fan. And the fans chime in. It's Britney, bitch. That was so hard and raw. That was the most iconic line from Britney. When you think of Britney Spears, especially in the culture, like, I don't know what white people be thinking when they think of Britney Spears. They probably think of the little gown shit, not the gown, the schoolgirl shit. They had that on. You know, they think about that. When in the culture, we think it's Britney, bitch. Because I feel like when Britney said that, Britney said, here I am. This is me. Britney is a country girl.
Sure is.
And when she came out and said that, I loved it because it was her coming out moment, because they treated Britney so bad. And so for you to have come up with that phrase, that was the culture integrating with Britney Spears' life.
Now, what I will say about that record, so Keri Hilson at the time, she definitely came up with the chorus. The gimme,
I can so hear that.
For you can hear her on the vocals as well,
hear
in
that.
the backgrounds. Yeah.
Keri is amazing. And you wrote for Keri too. You helped write and vocal produce for one of my favorite Keri Hilson songs, When We Slow Dance.
Okay.
When we slow dance.
Absolutely.
Oh God.
Yeah.
This is for the dance so strictly. Okay, we go. Okay, I'm sorry.
Hey.
Let's go.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Incredible. Keri is an incredible vocalist, beautiful spirit.
Super dope.
I think our energy was really well because we had done so many other projects with Timbaland at the time. We collaborated on Danny DeCane's project. And that was also the start point of me helping out on Keri's project around the same time. That was where After Love came from. That was where with Diddy, we worked on a press play album. That was also when we started helping out with Day 26's album. So all of that Making the Band era, those were all songs that I kind of that was me getting my feet wet in the game.
You had a busy schedule in that from, you said 2005
Yeah.
to like 2000 and I say like 9. You were nonstop.
Yeah.
I mean, that was your start, and
Absolutely.
for you to have had such an extensive catalog at the time is insane.
Yeah, and it was one of those things where once I got in, because of me moving so silently and not being all about the energy of look what I did, I was able to get in on so many projects. And so that's where also, around the time we were doing the Shock Value albums with Timbaland. And, each one of those had like 12 to 15 different artists. So that's where Miley Cyrus came from, Brandy came from, Chris Cornell, Duran. I was getting in and working with artists of different genres, of different ethnicities. And because I had a Timbaland pass, I had the capability of thinking with the left side of my brain where I could do like weird, crazy stuff on my vocal. That's where all of that Nelly Furtado, that's where all that weirdo shit came from.
You be weird as fuck in your art, and I love it because I can tell when I hear you. I'm like, oh, that's Jim Beanz. Like you set the tone for so many future songwriters and artists. Like I love that. Like you're a pioneer.
Oh man, I appreciate it.
Do you feel like that in this industry? Do you feel like you get the credit for being a pioneer? And I'm not just saying that because you're sitting right here, but I could actually give receipts and show how much of a pioneer you are.
I appreciate that, brother. I feel like I am the industry's most kept secret. And it's crazy because I'm grateful for that because I was able to move in silence. But now because of where I'm at in my career, this is my first time being able to step out and kind of show receipts and prove stuff. I randomly did this random video on my page to show how I did the intro to Break the Ice on my page.
I saw it.
And I looked a hot mess too. I ain't care, but it was one of the things I'm like, because I've done so much and so much time has passed, I never got a chance to prove it or show it. You know what I mean? And sometimes the person who talks the most is the person who gets the credit, period,
Exactly.
But like now, especially because a few of the projects that I have coming up, and also because of me trying to navigate new artists into the spotlight, I have to take a different approach to my entrepreneurialism. You know what I'm saying? So I have to really push. Is that a word? Entrepreneurial? Anyway.
Hey, let me tell you something. If Jim Beanz say entrepreneurialism is a word, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say it tomorrow. I'm saying entrepreneurialism, and I ain't never even heard it before. It might be a word. It might be a word now. You know, Beyonce came up with bootylicious is in the dictionary.
That part.
We ain't never heard no shit like that before in our life.
That part.
Entrepreneurialism.
One particular day, she was in the booth and she was recording. She came in at the wrong part. So I said to the engineer, Lago, I said, I don't have to come in when I want. It's Britney, bitch. I said, oh my goodness, it's genius. I should tell her to say that. And the producer, Danger, he said, no, don't say that. And then I pushed the button and she said, it's Britney. And that's actually where it came from.
The reason I'm excited to do this podcast today, I feel like for the majority of my career, I've been very mute when it came to the process that goes into being a successful entrepreneur in the music industry. It's very easy to get comfortable, but sometimes the comfortability doesn't equal to compensation. You can be quiet out of respect and feeling like you're gaining momentum with relationships and, oh, they like me because I'm not saying anything, so maybe they'll keep me around longer. But when those strategic moments happen to where that light happens, to where the artist gets that #1 or whatever, those are the moments that matter the most, because that's when you see who rides for you and who don't. You can have a whole great relationship with an artist, and then when they finally get that #1 and you give them that record and the cameras turn on, they go, yo, shout out to God and my mom. We out of here. We made it.
Right.
And in that moment when they could have shared that spotlight to give that co-producer or that producer that love, you never know what that little moment of having the artist say who did it or say who helped, what that'll do for that person that could end up being bigger than you one day.
The producer and the songwriter, that's the heartbeat. You can have a voice all you want to. Oh, God. We know so many people with amazing voices. You ever hear people saying, I feel like such and such should be bigger than such and such? It'd be like, well, they have the voice, but they don't have the team. They aren't executing when it comes to the actual song. Anybody could have had, and this is a great example. Not I'm patting myself on the back. I don't ever do that. I don't ever pat, but when I tell you what the fuck I'm saying right now, you about to be like, oh.
Start off with a dab, Dad.
Okay. I'm gonna do that. So this is a prime example, right? Dolly Parton.
Okay.
She had "And I Will Always Love You" long time ago, before Whitney Houston probably was even born. Whitney Houston came and she opened her motherfucking mouth. She said, and she said, what? Will always love you. And that's when that heart started beating. You can have the voice. You can have the lyrics. It goes both ways. You can have the lyrics, you can have the voice. Dolly Parton had the lyrics. Whitney Houston had the voice, and she executed.
That part.
And Dolly Parton will tell you to this day, she thinks Whitney Houston, she made her a lot of money.
Yeah, of course.
Don't nobody give a fuck. Dolly Parton don't give a fuck that she didn't, "And I Will Always Love You" was the #1 love song in the world ever. She gave a fuck that bank account was looking good.
That part.
And that's what you said, turning that talent into income. It's not always as pretty as it seems.
For sure. And imagine that moment. Imagine that moment when the artist goes onto the stage to accept an award, okay? And you got the producer sitting at home. I'm gonna tell you, you know what? One of my homeboys, shout out to Jay White. You know Jay White?
Jay White, yeah.
I love the fact that
he did that new Young Miami song. It's called So Much Shit.
Yep. What I love about his journey is that the artist that he worked with showed him love in the moments when he had the spotlight. And that you never know what that can do for the producer when the time comes. You understand how many projects I've worked on, and when it was time for those accolades that came, and people just randomly don't mention your name because you're so quiet, and you killing it in the studio, you killing it in your sessions. But when it matters and when it's time to get that love from certain people, they don't say it.
Have you had that moment?
I had a few of those moments, you know.
Can you share the moments?
There's a few different. I kind of put it like this. I grew up in a space of the producers I look up to that I enjoy beyond the Timbalands of the world that I'm so grateful to work with.
Right.
The Devontae Swing.
Yeah.
The Dr. Dre. You know, these are producers that you knew that their music was being done, but you never really heard them speak much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when it was time for them to receive their accolades, you had the other artists that would say their name that gave them that spotlight.
Right, exactly.
You know, being the secret
tag.
weapon. Yeah, being a secret weapon of a project, it has its benefits because you can do more. But sometimes when it's time to collect the accolades, you like move to the back though. You know what I mean? You did enough. You know, you can see why. Like if you think about Safari, you know what I mean? How he went on that rant. He's like, you don't understand how much I was writing. I'm sure he did put his, you know, I'm just random example.
Right.
But from a space of when it comes to writers, when it comes to ghostwriters, when it comes to producers, you know, so many artists they get on and then they don't, you know, shout out to the producers and the writers who helped them out in those moments. R.I.P. Was it Tay?
Take key on the track. Yeah.
Even and look, you know what I'm saying? Not to say he wasn't getting his proper respect, but like it took for him to pass to when people are like, oh, you know, give him, you know what I mean, flowers. Sometimes you don't want to wait to, sometimes I think like, damn, if I never said how I feel about the things that I've worked on, and if that day came that I wasn't here, would my legacy live on? Would there really be a person to say, hey, Jim Beanz is the person who told Britney that whatever, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And I'm like, man, do I really want to go the rest of my career? And life is so short. It moves so fast.
It's so short. From that perspective, it does take me back and make me think about intricate pieces of songs and music and history. Because like you just said, that's your legacy. You know what I'm saying? Like I would want to be known as the person who said, it's Britney, bitch. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't want that to be mistaken or just slightly even thinking that another motherfucker came up with the shit. It's just kind of like, that's your tag. That's really your tag, but it's Britney coming out of Britney's, well, it's Britney's tag, but it came out of your mouth. It started from your mouth.
For sure. I enjoy being giving like little cool catchphrases to different songs and different things. So I'll give you a few examples of other ones. I don't know if you remember the moment on Empire when you had Jussie doing a battle rap against the homophobic rapper, and he got to the point, point all the fingers you want, bitch.
Yeah.
You know, moments that are, oh shit, did he just say? You know,
Exactly.
I enjoy doing stuff that kind of catches the viewer off guard. Bad Girl for Danny DeCane. I remember, you know, when I wrote that, featuring Missy Elliott. Incredible.
Yes. Oh, Missy.
What I enjoyed most about working with Danny DeCane was the fact, from a vocal, you asked me about being a vocal production perspective.
Right.
You have to work with 5 different egos and juggle each of those young ladies' emotions while working with them on the records.
Right.
And what's crazy is, so, you know, recently the girls got back together and they were doing the tours and stuff around or whatever, selling out. People, to see people loving these songs that I wrote so long ago, and they knew the words better than I did. I don't even remember all of the words, but I remember it got to this part of the Danny DeCane show, and what was it? Shannon wasn't there, but they had like a clip of her speaking of like I'm there in spirit type vibes.
Right.
And when she came on and started speaking, and to see everybody clap for this girl, yo, Dad, what was incredible about that moment was, I remember when working with the group, I wanted to make sure every girl had a moment or a song that gave them identity and made them feel appreciated. So
out of a group of 5.
So if you remember when I wrote, for I don't know if you know the song, but from Bad Girl, when I wrote Shannon, from a caterpillar to a butterfly.
Wow.
I wrote that about her, like growing into it. She gonna be it one day. And to see these people go off for that girl like that, I literally, you know, I should have thugged here, believe it or not.
Oh man, I'm sure you're saying this for yourself, but like when she think about it, she probably taking those lyrics in so crazy to where it's like, dang, that's the beauty of having a personal or just a sit down or just kind of knowing something about the artist.
Yeah.
Where you can make it personal like that. That's super dope. I want to ask you, so I did watch an interview of you. This is totally off subject, but this is my ADHD and I just thought about it and I don't want to forget it. I watched an interview of you talking to someone and they asked you if you were going to be working on the project with Brandy and Timbaland when she was doing Aphrodisiac, and you mentioned on the interview, you was like, I want to go out to Miami and work on it, or something, like you were going to go out to Miami and work on it. Did you ever work on any music from the Aphrodisiac album from Brandy?
Nope, didn't work on that. But what happened was I ended up working on a project that was supposed to be Brandy, Timbaland and Brandy album. It was like a whole like slew of songs.
It wasn't the Aphrodisiac album
No,
that I'm thinking about.
This was a different project.
They had another one.
Yes, it was supposed. I don't know if it ever came out. Oh, but the songs were crazy.
Get out of here.
And I was in that, to work with Brandy and Timbaland on a project was crazy.
Crazy.
And the harmonies, oh my God, I was doing some incredible stacks and harmonies with her. And just a sweet person too.
She's
The
so
same way
sweet.
she is, that you see her is the same person.
Oh
who she is.
man, so that wasn't the Aphrodisiac, but you do you recall that interview that I'm talking about?
Nope.
Yeah, you was talking about, I'm gonna be possibly going out to Miami, and I'm like, oh, he must be talking about the Aphrodisiac album.
So right around the time when I did work with her, I was that's when I started helping up with the whole, like, it was going to be like a whole identity, and we came up with the kind of like the rap name Brand New.
Brand new, yeah.
And I did a track one that came out, I think it's called 808, and that shit was hard. All majority vocal stuff, and then Tim rapping on it, and Timbaland's rapping on it. It's crazy. But that was definitely a highlight of my career, working with Brandy, for sure. One of the highlights.
I mean, whose wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
If I painted Brandy toenails one time, I'd be like, that'd be the highlight of my career. Painted Brandy toenails that one Saturday night. She was tired. She didn't feel like going to the pilot. That would be mine too. So I understand that. I have a question for you too. Every artist have so much unreleased music. And you know how like they say Beyonce has this catalog of music that'll probably never ever be heard from the world. Do you have that? Like from artists that you may have worked with? Like, damn, I wish this would have come out.
I do.
Can I listen to it?
Hell no. No, I do. The crazy part about it is, so I have records that I'm very excited about, and damn, I'm trying to say it without saying too much. And I'm excited.
No, just talk. Feel comfortable.
No, a few of them I think are going to be heard very soon. Pretty excited about it.
Okay.
I also have a few artists that I'm currently in the process of working with on some visual projects that I'm excited about.
Mm-hmm.
But what's crazy is one of the things I think I fell in love with, especially within the past, I want to say maybe 2-3 years of my career, has been working and developing unsigned talent.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
So I know that a lot of people are excited for placements, and you know what I mean, and it would be great to get on the next whoever that album. But one of the things I'm excited about is starting the new. You know what I'm saying? And that actually that's legacy right there. When you can put new, fresh artists into the world or whatever, they're able to affect culture. I've worked on projects that circulated around the world.
Mm-hmm, clearly, yeah.
As well as like the top artists in different territories. There's artists I've worked with that are like the Beyoncés in their territory,
exactly,
and the Justin Timberlakes in their territory. I've been so blessed to, do songs with people who don't even speak a lick of English, and win.
He look like a man. That's right.
Yeah. Let me tell you who hard. Yeah. But then my baby though, who I love, I'm very excited about. An artist named Agnes Mo. She has a project that they started developing. Chris Brown had took a liking to her music and whatever. We went in for like it was like 2 weeks, I want to say. Incredible songs that I'm excited for the world to hear. I had a project that I did years ago with Deborah Cox.
Oh man,
stellar.
People don't realize how big she is on the dance scene.
Oh yeah, and vocally, and beautiful.
Oh, vocally. I mean, come on, that's a given.
And beautiful. She looked the same as she did
from We Can't Be Friends.
Yeah,
Deborah Cox looks so good, and her talent ain't went nowhere. You know how people lose their voice?
Yes.
Not Deborah Cox.
Exactly the same. I got a project we did a long time ago. JoJo.
Oh, JoJo, crazy.
Ridiculous.
Do you feel like now people are writing and creating to get a TikTok hit or a quick, because the songs are only like 2 minutes long now.
So to me, it's nothing wrong with having a catchy song. You know what I'm saying? I feel like with AI now incorporated into things, it's like you have to. I try not to be too concerned about anybody else working on anything, because the more you do things for people's approval, you will always miss the mark because you'll never make everybody love everything. From the AI perspective, though, to me, it's a cheat sheet. Don't get me wrong. Like I think, but it's crazy now that I can actually visually hear the difference. Because it'd be perfect, and I'm a perfectionist like a motherfucker, but it's too perfect. So somebody will hit a riff for like 5 minutes long, and each curl sounds incredible. But I'm like, damn, nobody do that shit. You know, that's another reason why I'm excited to work with human beings, though, and artists right now, and kind of like provide, I think, a space for a person to make errors. Sometimes you want to hear a little bit of an off note, and you can't replicate somebody who's doing it on purpose. Like shit, we grew up with Mary J, and we had, you know what I'm saying? Like Alicia Keys, you felt the energy within the performance. Sometimes the notes were a little, pitchy or whatever, but it still gave you that feeling. It was, it was raw emotion.
I'm actually shocked that Timbaland has been promoting AI artists. I mean, I don't approve of it, but it's,
this is my thought on that. Tim has always been an originator and the first to do anything
beyond his time.
Yeah,
you're right.
And
now
you know what?
Come on now, break it down to me.
And I want to tell you something about it.
Yes.
What I love, like, if I had the capability to work with people and tell them to shut the fuck up and listen to it, I'd do that shit too. Like, I would be like, look, at least you know with the AI, I'm gonna tell you exactly what to do. It ain't gonna talk back to you. It ain't gonna say, I don't know if I can hit that note. It ain't gonna do that. It's just gonna go. So he felt like it was easier to make a track and not have to call somebody, hey, you feel like coming to the studio? Hey, by all means, make it happen. As far as me though, like I do a lot of shit on my own, so I'll sing the shit on my own, or different people have different strengths and things that they do, know. But there's a lot of people who are utilizing it. It's also one of those things where it's like I get ideas from everything. A person who do something wrong can give me an idea. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel any type of negative spirit towards it. I feel like and then that you only one hit song away.
It's just one hit song.
Let them come out with their song with their AI artist and shit pop. You're gonna be like, well, he done did it again.
Oh my gosh, but in a different way.
In a different way.
Who was your easiest artist to work with as far as being prompt, vocally, just easy? Just
Can I give you 3?
Give me 3.
Okay.
We love options.
One would have been. Damn. Can I give you 5? I gotta give you 5. Let me give you 5. It'll be better.
We love a good positive output. Yes, give us 5.
Okay,
Hell, if you got 10,
I'll give you
goddamn.
5. Only 5.
Okay.
And for different reasons. That's why I feel like I should say 5.
Okay. I love it.
Miley Cyrus.
We love Miley Cyrus.
Now, let me tell you what's crazy about that. So I worked with Miley when she was young Miley, before twerking Miley.
Like Hannah Montana Miley.
On Shock Value.
Man, wait, okay, you said before twerking Miley.
Yeah.
So my favorite, I send this to everybody. I'd be like, they tried to kill your favorite bitch.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
She was on something else then. Okay, so not twerking Miley, so Miley before that.
Baby Miley. But when I say her vocal performance and of course she had that tone, that rap.
Oh yeah, love it.
Crazy. And I was
sweet.
like, damn, she can sing her ass off. Well, okay, sweet. Okay, let's see, sweet. Easy to work with.
Easy to work with.
Oh damn, you want to know this?
Easy to work with. Come on, twerk, Miley.
Put it like this. From her interactions with her family and in the moment, I felt like by the time she came out with twerking Miley, I understood it.
Okay, got it.
That wasn't none of that. None of that was an act.
Got
you know what
it.
I mean? And remember when you first said
rebellion?
It was natural rebellion, and for me, I was like, well, shit. At least I got to see it before she got there.
Right,
And
exactly.
Then we came in like a racket. Fuck that shit up. Still that. But vocally, always stellar. All right, let's move on. Demi Lovato.
I love Demi Lovato.
I did a song with her. Timbaland produced it. Wrote it with Lyrica Anderson, and it was featuring Missy Elliott. It was called All Night. And she executed every verse like one take, Jake, like, and it's up there too. And hard up tempo record and everything. And I was like, damn, I see why she's.
And she was sweet.
Oh yeah, very
Super
easy,
sweet.
super
Okay, I
quick.
can see that.
She worked so fast, we didn't get a chance to even, you know what I mean? So in and out. Nelly Furtado.
No.
And none of these are in order neither. 'Cause
Right,
Nelly's-
okay. No order.
Nelly
No
will
order.
always be my favorite.
Yeah.
She was one of the first artists that I actually work with beyond JC Chazé for Timbaland. But yeah, Nelly, the Loose album.
And you still working with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been with her for, sheesh, it's like 2005, right?
5, 6, yeah.
So over 20 years you've been working with Nelly Furtado. She's dope.
Yeah, she pulled me in for the Tiny Desk.
Oh, really?
Flew me to we did a practice
DC.
of it in Canada first, and then we
Okay.
flew to DC after for the.
Oh, man. I know, that was amazing.
That was crazy.
I loved her Tiny Desk.
They had me be in Timbaland. I was doing the 10 parts. It was crazy. I was flat on one part too. I'm like, who am I telling people they flat? And you know what I'm saying? But
And you sitting up there flat.
yeah, it was all good. But as I say, people human. They make mistakes.
yeah, when
and
it
I ain't
comes to-
Timbaland. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also it was crazy too, because when it aired, I remember cringing like, damn, I'm flat as hell on this note. But in my head, I'm like, I'm not Tim though, so I'll never be Tim. So that's the reason why I was like, I was there in spirit,
Exactly.
but I was doing it at the time just to be that backup, for the project. And Tim's my mentor, so
Yeah.
I had to be,
Love
you
that.
know,
Oh gosh,
always be
Timbaland
with
is
you.
so dope. Man, Timbaland crazy. It's so crazy because I know I sound like I'm being like a yes man right now, but everybody that he works with, I'm such a fan of. Like, I'm a millennial. These are like millennial artists. I love the fact that they still here, they going, they thriving, like they're still in the conversation. They're still at the top of the conversation.
Yeah.
Do you know how hard that is?
yeah.
To go from all of these different eras and still be at the top of conversations?
Yeah, that part.
You've worked with these people. You are a part of history.
Wow.
That's crazy. As a millennial too. Oh man, I'm a true millennial.
Wow. I enjoy music. I enjoy other artists, and I also ain't no hater. Like, it's one of those things where, like, I enjoy seeing other producers, writers, artists. You know what I mean? In this day and age, it's so hard. It's weird because you can post something and don't feel like you get no support from people. You're like, damn,
Yeah.
like, I'll support you. I don't care. For
Exactly.
me, a like will take number 2 seconds. Oh, okay, good job.
Oh, 2 seconds? I was thinking more 0.2 seconds.
Yeah.
0.1 second.
Yeah, but a lot of times I feel like, I guess maybe because they feel like it's such a hard industry to get in, nobody wants to support others. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Hopefully the world will change and love come back or whatever, in music or whatever. That's where the old school R&B, when people crying in the rain and shit like that.
Kehlani just did it. I was just talking about Kehlani. Kehlani on her song "Out the Window," that heifer said, "And I can't sing no more." I said, "No, she ain't give us R&B like that."
Amazing.
And I can't sing no. And then when you do that, woo! Oh man, she ate it up.
Yeah, major
and she was dancing in the rain. That's what we missing from R&B. That she took it there.
I agree.
She took it there.
Yeah.
What would be one of your favorite stories your go-to story that you tell about any of the artists that you may have worked with?
Let me think. No, it depends if I throw somebody under the bus or not.
No.
Hold on.
Not you gonna get the laugh.
I'm so done. It's because, like, all right, hold on. I can't say that. I can't say that. Damn. Oh, wait, who do I want to tell you about? The only one that's coming up is Keisha Cole. That's why I just
okay.
can't. It was day one. We were going to be working with this artist, and she was going to be coming to the studio. I was pretty excited because I was a fan for sure. She came in, and she's a little running late or whatever, but her energy was like, "Hi, y'all. How you doing? I'm good. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm getting in the booth. Got in the booth. And she goes, la, 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 la. Wait. What's the engineer name?" And it was my boy Bang, the Asian engineer I was working with at Record Plant. He goes, "Bang? Bang?" He said, "No, Bang, like shoot him up, bang, bang." "Oh, well, Bang." I don't know if you've ever recorded a real vocalist, but we like our lead on the left and our background's on the right. You got it? And he was
That's
like,
Keisha Cole.
That was Keisha Cole. That was Keisha Cole.
That was Frankie.
I was like, damn, that was
Frankie.
Frankie. Yo, I was like, oh, she's not to be played with.
Oh my God.
And that was the moment throughout the whole. Everybody was on edge.
Because you know what make it so funny is because what Prince say? I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. And she came in there like an assertive artist. I don't feel like that's rude or she was super assertive.
She let him
that
know.
make me love her even more.
Yeah, she let him know.
Shout out to Keisha Cole. We love you, Keisha Cole.
Love Keisha for sure.
Man, that is so funny. That's hilarious. What about oh gosh, I hate to ask this. Cause I don't want to be negative. I mean, it's not negative, it's your story.
Oh Lord, where we at?
What about your worst artist that you may have worked with?
Oh, worst
If you could tell.
artist. Okay.
We would love for you to tell.
Oh, damn. All right, so I had got called to do a project through Danger. Shout out to Danger Hands for an artist, and I remember Lago telling me, she said, just let you know, she sometimes can be a little hard to work with, but you know what I mean. We know that you be doing good with the vocal production tips. So we want you to come in and help write. I think a lot of it was written by Keri Hilson. And I was just supposed to come and do the vocal production. I said, no doubt, got you. Came in, and we got through the whole session, and we got to the very end, and there was a high note. It was going to be like the crescendo of the song.
Right.
Part. So I go, okay, so that you don't burn your voice out, we're going to start off an octave low, just so you can get the timing, because she ain't black, white girl, just to be on the safe side. I don't know what your timing is like, but
Who was it?
I ain't going to tell you yet.
Oh, we can't tell yet. Okay, because I'm like, dang, did I miss it?
So,
I catch it on camera.
So we go, la, 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 la. So, okay, one more time, la, 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 whatever. I'm like, okay, you ready to do it for the high note? And she's like, okay. I said, and go. Push the play button. Go ahead, Marcella, you can record it. Marcella's recording. And she goes, I can't do it. And I stop the music. I'm sorry, what did you say? She said, I won't do it. I won't do it. And I said, oh no, you can do it. You know what I mean? You've sung actually higher notes earlier in the song. I'm sure you can do it. Girl, you are incredible. You've been doing incredible all day. I didn't say I can't do it. I said I won't do it. And ain't that right? So and so. And she was talking to the manager behind, and he goes, oh yeah, she can't do it. And so I say, okay. Good. I was like, well, since you can't do that, why don't we? She said, I didn't say I can't do it. I said I won't do it. And I said, all right. Well, what did we talk about it for? And then I kind of like, I said a little something. I ain't go too aggressive because, I didn't want to get fired.
Right.
But I said, what are we still talking for when we can just do an alternate note? It'll be okay. Here, do it like this. And then we switch it up. Got done. She came out. Fast forward a few months go by, and I got a phone call, and they said, hey, she actually... Catherine McPhee actually wants you to to come to New York and help out on one of her songs. She had such a good time with you that she wants to record with you again. I'm like, what? Me? So I go to New York and I go in, and my boy Cortez is at the board. And no lie, I walk in, and she going at him or whatever. I walk right over to the control board and I say, hey, Cat. Oh, he just saying to do it like that because you sound great and you can do it like this. You got it. She said, okay. Yo, Cortez looked at me. He go,
bipolar.
You got it. I'm going to just go over here. And I just jumped straight in. And that was one of them things. I was like, sometimes I guess with certain artists, you do have to show a slight aggression to get them to, I guess, respect. I don't know, who knows.
Catherine McPhee, for the people who don't know, Catherine McPhee did American Idol.
She was America's sweetheart.
And
but I was like, America's sweetheart.
Exactly.
That was what was so crazy about it. Yeah.
That is so funny. And you did a lot of songs with Catherine McPhee.
Yeah, so we ended up doing a few, and then they bought me on, was it House Bunny? She was one of the artists who did the House Bunny theme, so I was blessed to work on House Bunny.
Wow, that is so crazy. Dang, shout out to Catherine McPhee.
Yeah.
Wherever you at, girl. What is something that could be so simple, but you make so hard? You chewing that motherfucking gum. I told you to spit that motherfucking gum out before we even started this show. And you just chewing that gum and the gum. click, click, clack.
You know what? That's a hard ass question to answer because I try to figure out like what type of approach to take to that.
Right.
What could be so simple, but you make it so hard?
Yeah. That's something, ain't it?
Loving you is like a battle.
You already know where I got it from.
Oh, that's where it's from.
Nigga, come on now. You know, I'm part of the culture. I'm part of the culture with some sense.
Oh,
I say that often.
simple. That makes so much sense. Okay.
Loving you is like a battle.
Overthinking could be so simple. Like to not overthink, I guess, could be so simple, but you just make it hard every time.
Yes.
I think a lot of the times for me, what also kept me away from like giving and also caring what other motherfuckers think.
Oh, what?
When you succeed the most in life when you literally don't care what nobody else thinks about anything.
Come on.
Why? Because they can't penetrate. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
You're hurt the most when you hurt yourself. Ain't nobody perfect. Nobody's perfect, and that's another reason why I think I've had so much success with so many different artists that had their own thing going on, because you learn how to navigate writing records and strong records for artists. I was blessed to work with Jennifer Hudson on some of her most iconic moments in her career, and
don't make me hit you with my pocketbook.
oh man, I don't take none of those lightly. I'm gonna tell you why. I think with those moments that I worked on those specific records, I was able to tap into a space of believing in myself. Pocketbook we did in London when Timbaland was actually doing Madonna. In the other room.
Oh my gosh, that's
And-
so insane. So you were sitting in the other room while Madonna was recording.
In London, yeah. And at the time, Tim was so busy with super busy with Madonna, he just let shout out to Royal Court and me and Candace Nelson, one of my favorites. She wrote, "I only give you a hard time."
Oh God, come
That's
on
Candace. That's Candace Nelson.
Yeah. Resentment by
Resentment.
Beyonce is what we're trying to talk.
Yeah. We were in the other studio working with Jennifer, and this was right off of American Idol and everything. So
Wow,
this was,
get out of here.
and what happened was,
Yep, it sure was around that time. 2006.
He was just-
2006.
the first album. And at the time, I was only there to be a writer and vocal producer. What happened was the record label wanted an up-tempo record. And so the other producers that were there to produce, they amazing records, but they just
For
wasn't
Jennifer
up.
Hudson.
Yeah. And so we had one last day left. And that's where I had, I had an idea for Pocketbook, and I said, I don't got no equipment here, so I'm gonna just
Sure the
make
fuck
it hit you with my
did.
Pocketbook.
Don't make me hit you with my
And I had
pocketbook.
Candace do the demo for me because I knew she's gonna eat it. You know what I'm saying? And she killed that demo. Looking at your body, I bet you. Want you to know what and Jennifer heard it, and it went. So by the time it actually came out and went on her album, it was originally supposed to be on Sex and the City. And some other politics happened. But they made her character on the show off of the song Pocketbook. So she sold purses in the show.
Shut up.
Supposedly. I never watched the show, but that's what I heard.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, I've seen it. I may have seen it once or twice. I mean, everybody like a good chick flick. Ain't that Sex in the City would be like a chick flick. Yeah, it's a chick flick.
I never saw it because my song didn't end up not going in the
You
movie.
didn't give
So I
a
was just
shit.
like, oh, fuck it. No, I ain't like
Nah, you
But I
ain't
just
care
wasn't-
because your
I just
shit ain't
wasn't-
going to. Oh, no, we gonna keep it real. We
Nah,
gonna go on
nah,
and keep
nah.
it real.
It wasn't
You
that.
ain't give a fuck because your shit ain't going there. You said, oh, fuck Sex in the City.
No, that's bad. No. I just didn't randomly watch it. I promise.
No,
Yeah,
you,
so-
nah, listen,
That's
I'm cutting
funny.
that part out because
No.
you ain't watching. Because your shit, man.
I promise you that wasn't it.
You
but-
dirty, filthy motherfucker. So you.
So I'm gonna tell you the next part, but I'm only telling you this, and they didn't say I want it to be aired. But the reason I want to say this because this is me connecting on a space with you right now.
Okay,
about it.
okay.
So around was it 2016, 17? Whenever Empire came out, she had finally I got the call and from Lee, and he said, "Hey Jim, I'm thinking about having Jennifer Hudson on the show. What do you think?" I said, "Oh great, I think that would be incredible. We'll have history with her." And he said, "Okay." He said, "This would literally be her first song ever being heard after the tragedy that had happened in her life."
Oh, yeah.
And so imagine how heavy that was for me. And so I remember praying about it.
Right.
And I said, and of course they give you the brief. They said we needed to be about, she's a musical therapist. I'm like, what the hell is a damn musical therapist? So once again, it was like another Lee quiz, like make this work. And so I said, okay, what if a musical therapist is just a therapist that is musical? And so what if she plays piano? And that's how I started. Follow my hands. I'll teach you how to play. I'll be patient with you. If you be patient with me. I ain't gonna sing it. But, but then the next part, I wanted to speak to her while she heard it.
Right.
And so I said, there'll always be a chance that you could hit the wrong note. Everyone else could laugh and they would think you won't grow. You don't have to give up. It's not the end of the world. And I said, I'd give her some a little bit of ratchet for the ratchets. So I said, you live and you learn. And I give her a triplet. Even when you think your times get hard. You know, so they can keep her a little younger. On
Right,
her.
exactly.
So it's like psychology that goes into the words even as you write it. You want to make sure that it fits. But the reason I'm explaining that moment is because when she heard it, she ended up sending me a video, and she said, Jim, thank you. She said, I see what you did there.
Oh, man. Shout out to Jennifer Hudson.
Shout out to Jennifer.
Oh, she's so dope.
And that's one of those moments I think that I feel like within my career, it made me grateful to be able to. It's hard to explain.
I know what you mean. In the words of Jennifer Hudson, a little birdie told me. I think that's so funny.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. Like that was what I was saying, something like that earlier. I don't know if I explained it the right way. When you have like a slight personal connection with somebody, you're able to pull that out of them just as much as they're able to pull it out of you, which makes somebody give it more energy and like what you really want them to give it. Man, that's beautiful. Yeah. Songwriting is the most beautiful. Everyone understands music, right? So when you think music, the songwriter, if it weren't for somebody like you, because your favorite artist can't write a song, and no shade to them, but they can't articulate what's in their heart, what's in their soul. Yeah. Like you think about a motherfucker like whoever wrote on Mary J's My Life album. Man, they had to really understand who Mary J. Blige was, or Mary J.
That was it Chucky Thompson, I want to say, or
man,
was the Winans. Hell yeah, Mario Winans. That was
they captured
the
essence of Mary J. Blige. Y'all so important, man, and I hope that you know how important you are. Like it's y'all that helps give our favorite artist the voice. If you could leave anyone with advice from this interview or just to take something with them, what would it be?
Don't let the negativity win. And just stay optimistic. It'll always get better. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy to waste so much on one thing that you feel like it's the end of the world. If God got you to it, He's gonna get you through it.
Come on now.
And and just keep going. Don't let nobody stop you.
I know that's right. You know, it's always the most simple advice that gets us through. And I think that's just the older that we get, we realize what wisdom really was. And it was the simple things. Hence, keep it simple. I live by that. So, dang, man, I hate to end this. It's been so much fun. I feel like you have so much to tell me.
I ain't saying nothing else. I'm done. Nothing else. You got me in trouble.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Keep It Simple. I'll see you next time.